I really wish we had recorded more before we started, because our conversation before I hit record was pretty amazing, everybody. So welcome to the Twist Happy Hour, where we drink something and we talk about whatever we want. And
if we fine, could be whatever.
Yeah, so today we're talking in the morning. So instead of making a cocktail, I'm just having my second cup of coffee because it's too early. And I'm actually headed to the lake tomorrow, where my sister believes happy hour starts at 10 a.m. So I figure I should save my liver till, Sunday morning when she hands me a mimosa.
Very vacation mindset, right?
Yes.
I feel like my husband, because we live in a vacation destination, I think he's like in that mindset, like on the weekends.
All the time. I mean, technically I am too, but I'm like, well, I have to walk 15 minutes to get to the beach. So, that makes it less vacation-y for me.
You're basically in an urban, you can't even.
I know. I'm landlocked.
I am drinking the thing that I drank in our very first episode.
Oh, no.
Anyone out in the world has ever seen this episode and that one. I'm drinking, the good one. Not
the good one. Okay. Not the weird one.
Lears. Am I saying that right? Lears? Is that how you would pronounce this? Lyre?
Yeah. Liars. Lears.
Liars? I don't know. Well, they're not liars. They might be Lears, but they're not liars. The Amalfi Spritz. And it's not alcoholic because it is, though I am 4 hours ahead of you, 5 hours.
We are on the same continent.
I don't know what the time. I have to ask ChatGPT what time it is.
That's right. I ask my Echo all the time. I'm like, what time is it? What day is it? What's the weather? Yeah.
I am the reason technology has to continue to exist, and we will fail society because I can't. We have a German exchange student that is coming to live with us in a week.
Oh, fun. How long?
He's going to stay with us for 3 months.
Oh,
and
wow.
he's going to the high school that my boys will be at. So,
okay.
3 high school boys living in my house.
You might need to come visit me.
Obviously.
You might need to do a live in-person together show.
Yeah. So if we can make this podcast become really, really popular so that we have to do live shows, that would be great. I just need it in the next 3 months, everyone. If we could all just make that happen.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a new and exciting experience. I think that the kids are going to they're kind of grumpy about it right now. They're not grumpy about him as a human being. They're grumpy about the sharing of because they have to room together.
They have to share assets.
Yeah. The person in the house, they're kind of like, what are we doing?
Well, yeah. I mean, they do suffer a lot on summer vacation at the beach where they can bike to fish and swim and everything.
This poor kid, this poor German kid that goes to Austria and France for vacation. He's never been to the States though. So,
that's like going to Jersey. In Europe, that's like going to, okay, I can just pop over to Virginia,
So where they live in Germany is 20 minutes outside of France. So they're like, oh, we just go over to France whenever. And I'm like, oh, God.
We're just going to the grocery store in France. They have better cheese.
We live in the wine region. I'm like, sell me more on this. When are we coming to visit you?
Can you bring a case of wine on the plane with you?
So yeah, I think it'll be a good and exciting experience and it'll be fun.
Well, I can't wait to get updates weekly so we can all follow your journey.
Follow the journey on how that's going. And I can't be. What's the worst that could happen? She said.
You all heard it here first. So now that we've talked about all the fluffy things in our lives, Kate, you wanted to talk about something today.
Okay, so I want to talk about the thing that everyone is talking about, but the part that no one is talking about. Ooh. So everybody is talking about the Jeffrey Epstein files. Am I right? Everyone, Joe Rogan, Candace Owens, The Base is talking about it, and they're not happy.
Well, I sent you that reel yesterday where I'm like, wait, they believe the Wall Street Journal finally is child pedophilia, the line that we don't cross?
It's guess what?
Wow.
South Park's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it.
South Park episode.
Yeah, rightly so. What is interesting to me is that we as Americans or as United Statesians, I hate saying Americans because South America,
well,
Canada's
North America,
hard,
Yeah.
We as like
U.S. citizens,
Americas, we tend to be very mindset of like what's happening here. But Jeffrey Epstein he has had properties internationally. He had a property in France, and they opened an investigation into him in 2019. And I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and not like a crazy deep rabbit hole.
Not the Natalie Wood episode rabbit hole, but close.
It wasn't like when we're born and who got married when, but what I found to be really interesting is he was really good friends with this French modeling agency CEO whose name was Jean-Luc Brunel, who also was part of this trafficking investigation, right? And that guy in 2020 was in prison for these, he was going to go on trial for these allegations, and mysteriously himself. Isn't that weird?
Have like a tooth they just cracked, or like, and the cyanide came out or whatever.
It's just like a really odd thing that all these people who are interconnected, and it's all kind of happening in the same way. What's really cool or interesting, I don't know about cool, but like interesting, is France's investigation is still ongoing. It's open. It's an open case.
To see who else was involved, or what are they trying to figure out?
The records from the Department of Justice here in 2019. Whether they got all of those records, I do not know. Yeah. But they subpoenaed them.
I mean, Trump was still in office in 2019, so would he have let those go?
I don't know.
That's an interesting question. Yeah.
The DOJ was a little bit different then, because they were a little bit of like more of like, we're going to do our own thing. It wasn't quite the best situation that it is now, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the interesting thing, and this is going to get morbid for a second, is the only person I've ever known personally was an old boss of mine at a sports bar. And one day I walked into work and nobody's there. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? And apparently he had committed suicide. And later it came out that there were allegations against him for statutory rape. So I was just like, is this what people do when minors are involved? Like, I mean, I don't want to blanket that, but it's like,
it's not a good look. And what's also happening now is that Vince McMahon, is that how you say that guy's name? The WWE husband. So the lady that is Linda, I think her name is Linda, that's the Department of Education head.
Okay.
The WWE Department of Education head, obviously. Her husband is also facing allegations of SA and all of the things. So, yeah.
So.
All the friends. It's like the
Were they also friends with a certain hip hop artist that is now?
Yeah, what is with this gang of people?
I don't know. And I want to say it's a certain generation, but it's not. It's just like, are 18-year-olds not enough?
Is during the whole QAnon deep state conversations that were going on, I was like, deep state, come on. Like, are these the deep state characters? Like, is this it? Because, okay.
See, this is why I love talking to you, because you dig into like the politics so much more than me. Meanwhile, I'm going to the lake. Somebody just text me if the world's ending, because I just can't.
I text you every day, because it's every day.
You'll just send me reels and TikToks and be like, Karen, did you know this happened? Did you I found out about the South Park episode because of Instagram reels.
It's funny because
I just scroll in the morning and I get my news so bad.
It's funny because like during COVID, my husband got added to like a QAnon Facebook Messenger group, right?
How did that happen?
I don't know. Like it just like
you getting put on one makes sense, but
it was like it was crazy. Like they said crazy things. They were like, Amish people can't get COVID or whatever. And he was like, he's reading it at the dining room table. And I just looked at him and I was like, that's not. And he's like, I know. Okay. Like it was just, they just said things that were bananas. And I just kept thinking like, what it must take to get somebody in this like crazy spiral. Cause like the whole Q, I did get really interested in the Q concept. And I watched documentary and like the 4chan thing. And I was like, okay, well, this is like interesting, like how people kind of go down this, like, oh, it must be this. And I never really bought into it. And I never really considered myself to be a person who was like, well, maybe. But now all this stuff that comes out, I'm like, well, maybe. It's just so bizarre. It's so weird. And there are so many coincidences. And I mean, there are some things that, like lizard people, that might be a little much for me. Like that, I think that the flat earth thing is a little too far-fetched for me. Lizard
As
people.
my kids will tell me, the earth is actually an egg. So
sure.
We had a whole argument at the dinner table about where, like, the equator was and, like, something about, like, why was it, like, how was it always sunny and everything? We're like, well, it's an egg. Like, that doesn't change. The middle doesn't change. That doesn't necessarily,
I leave that for Neil deGrasse Tyson to deal with. He's my boy. Neil. If
we're watching The Big Bang Theory with our kids, and I swear they're learning so much.
But there are some things that, like the whole PizzaGate thing.
PizzaGate? What's that?
You didn't hear about PizzaGate? Am I like, is this really like, okay, let's all educate Karen on this episode.
Yeah, I want an episode that's just 5 things Karen needs to know this week. That's what I want every week.
Well, this is like, PizzaGate was this conspiracy that Hillary Clinton and her band of deep state people were drinking the adrenochrome from the blood of orphaned children that they were trafficking under a pizza parlor in, I believe, New York City, but it might have been New Jersey.
Either way, plausible.
People believed this so much so that people were going to the pizza parlor with like weapons on like a Friday night when like families were there, like eating their pizza. Like,
they had a named pizza parlor this was happening at?
A pizza parlor that they actually believe, and I forget which one it was, but like they went and they were like, they're in the basement. And then the guy that was like owning it was like, we don't have a basement. It was a whole thing. And then the conspiracy theorists that were absolutely sure there was a PizzaGate, they were like, I guess that's not it. Like they kind of were like, oh, we're not going to talk about it anymore. But there was a guy, there were so many human trafficking conspiracies, which their heart's in the right place, right? Like we don't want
humans trafficked, no.
Right. But like, love that, guys. Great. I love the energy. But maybe we don't go crazy and think like maybe lizard people are eating babies. And so like it got to that. They were like, Hillary Clinton's a lizard person that's eating babies. And we're like, well, okay. Maybe Hillary Clinton's got her problems. I don't know if she's a lizard person. So there was a guy that stole a train and drove it into the side of a ship during COVID that was trying to like do medical, like in New York, that was like pulled up, and they were doing like medical treatment. And a guy thought that they were trafficking small children so much so that he like stole a public transit train and like drove it off the tracks into the side of the ship. And which I was like, wouldn't you then hurt the children that are in the ship? But whatever, I think he thought he was doing the right thing. There's a lot of conspiracies can make you kind of go a little bananas. Yeah. So I'm trying to stay on the non-banana side. The Epstein thing, clearly not a conspiracy because the dude was charged.
Yep. 2 people were charged.
Did his time.
Well, 3.
Yeah. He did his 18 months of work release prison, which, obviously that is the goal we want for traffickers to, work 18 months.
I want you to be able to keep working.
Right. And then, but he did the stuff. There are files, then there weren't files, then the files were written by Obama and Comey and Clinton. The Clintons always have to be involved in some way. Well, every conspiracy.
Why not?
They
had their own, so now they're like, well, now we get to be a part of everything.
If you have a conspiracy and you don't have a Clinton in there, just don't even bother.
It's not going to happen.
It's not even worth that. Nobody cares. Well, put at least Chelsea. Just throw her in. I know there's like one about her wedding or something. You got to have it. Just roast like a cousin. Somebody's got to get in there. But so then I thought it was really funny. Jordan Klepper on The Daily Show did like a monologue about the back and forth on the Epstein files. And it was, they exist, they're on my desk. Then it was, they don't exist. Then it was, it's a hoax created by the Democrats. And then it was, we're going to release them. And it was just like and I was like, boy, what a hoax, right? Like terrible. These criminal masterminds are really bad at it. They incriminate them. According to our current president, they are all over these. They're in there. The Clintons, obviously, because you got to have the Clintons in there, are in there. So they put themselves, incriminating themselves in these terrible implications to use against Trump, never release them, even though he wins 2 elections. But these are the people with a weather machine.
But he doesn't, he's allegedly, we're saying, he's not releasing them. And I'm like, but you hate the Clintons so much. Isn't that the first thing you would do is be like, here you go, implicate them. They're done.
Why are you protecting the Clintons? Why would you want to? I mean, if they're lizard people, I just don't know. So yeah, it's all really, it's weird. The whole thing is very weird. But I thought that the most interesting thing about the Jeffrey Epstein thing that I've uncovered so far is the Jean-Luc Brunel, that he died very much the same way and under the same circumstances.
More conspiracy theories.
So I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm just saying it's a very sus, as the kids say. So,
well, on that note, that's all the time we have for today, everybody. I have to go pack for the lake because, God forbid anybody in my family know how to pack a suitcase. Thanks for joining us on the Twist Happy Hour. And yeah, we'll talk to you next week. Can't wait. Bye.